everyone, welcome to Maxi Zoo's Pet Expert Talks. My name is Emma and today I'm going to be covering two topics. I'm going to be talking about weight management and I'm going to be talking about travelling with our pets. So before I get started, I just wanted to give you guys a couple of minutes if you wanted to grab a pen and paper. I'm going to be here with you for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm going to be showing you lots of different products. I'm going to be giving you little bits of advice on the two topics. So if you wanted to make note of anything, now is your chance to grab a pen and paper. Before I get started, and while I'm giving you guys a few minutes to scramble around and pull out the pen, for anyone that isn't familiar with Maxi Zoo is actually Ireland's largest pet retailer. So we've got 20 stores across Ireland. And for anyone that isn't sure where their nearest store is, so the store location info is linked in the description below. So you can pop on there and you can find out where your nearest store is. So I'm going to dive in now. I hope everyone's ready. I'm going to talk about our first topic. So our first topic is weight management. So the different things I'm going to be covering is maybe how you would know if your dog was a little bit overweight, how you can weigh them and record the diet, what different foods you could use, different exercises that you could do with your pet. So first things first is, how would you know your pet is a little bit overweight? So there's things that you will notice yourself at home. You will notice if your dog was, or your cat was a little bit tired, so they weren't as able for as much exercise as they were. So if they got tired more quickly, if they weren't interested in exercise anymore. And a check that you could do yourself is when you feel their body, so you should be able to run your hands down your dog or your cat's body and you should be able to feel their ribs. So there should be a layer of fat over their ribs, but you still should be able to feel the ribs easily underneath that. If your dog is a little bit overweight, you won't be able to feel the ribs anymore, and that's kind of a telltale sign that maybe they need to lose a few pounds, need to get back down to their ideal weight. I suppose, what effects would being overweight have on your pet's body? There's lots of different things, so it would be very similar to ourselves. I know we're all guilty of a little bit of indulgence over the last year. It's been really difficult. So we've all enjoyed nice things. I think we've deserved it too. But I suppose the health indications afterwards would be more stress on the joints. If your pet was overweight, it could weaken their immune system, make them more susceptible to different illnesses. With stress, their heart, high blood pressure could lead to diabetes as well. And it would just shorten the lifespan in the long run if it got into a serious situation, if they got very, very overweight. And I know that we don't have our pets for very long. We don't have them for long enough. So we want to make sure that they're happy and they're healthy and we can enjoy them as long as we have them. So finding out what your dog weighs, so if you weren't able to do that at home, all of our Maxi Zoo stores actually have weighing scales in the stores. So you're welcome to bring in your pet anytime you like and actually weigh them. And then if you thought they were a little bit overweight and you were going to talk about and maybe swap them onto a light diet, you could pop back in every 2-3 weeks if you wanted to weigh them again and see how they're progressing in their diet and see how they're getting on. Our weighing scales in the stores are generally up near the front door, so if your pet was a little bit unsure, a little bit nervous, they could come in and they don't have to go all the way down through the shop. We love seeing pets come into the stores. We love talking to them, giving them a little cuddle. If you wanted, there will be a staff member in store that can help you weighing your dog if you would like. So what you do is you just guide them over to the weighing scales. You get them to walk on. A bit of encouragement is always great. A few treats, I think, always does the trick. And then you can record that and write that down and check in again in a few weeks. So just that service is there for anyone that wanted to avail of it as well. The different diet foods. So what do diet foods mean? What does a light food mean? How long do you have to stay on it for? So I have a couple of examples. I have an example of a dry food and I have an example of a wet food, because I know there's people that are feeding wet, dry or mixed feeding. So just an example. So this is our Select Gold Light Diet. So you can see here, this says mini adult. Okay, so this is designed for small dogs, small adult dogs. But in this brand, you see the Select Gold here. This is actually an exclusive brand to Maxi Zoo. It's a very popular brand that we sell in the store. And just because this is mini, we actually have it in medium breed and large breed as well. If your dog had any issues with sensitivity, if they had a sensitive tummy when it came to chicken or beef or anything, they actually do a sensitive range in this as well. So there's lots of different options for your pets. Okay, so this is a dry nut. I'll just pop this down here and we go through it again. So light foods are different from normal foods. Okay, so a special diet, if you are changing your pet onto a special diet, it is absolutely something that you can consult with your vet first. So if you have any concerns, you were worried, absolutely ring up your vet, ask them what their opinion is, and then you can pop into Maxi Zoo. All of our staff are trained and you can get a free consultation when you come into our stores. So if you go into our stores, our staff would be very happy to go through all the different options that are there for your pet. So with a light food, I suppose you don't want to lose weight dramatically. So in a light food, it will be high quality. There'll be low calorie content. So generally the fibre and the protein content will be higher than normal adult food, and the fat content will be lowered. And then that means that your dog will feel fuller for longer. So they're not going to be hungry when they're on the diet either. And then as well, a lot of people would always ask, okay, my dog's on a light food, can I not treat them anymore? What I would say to people is, when you're putting your pet on a new diet or a light food, try to cut out kind of the bad habits that you had before, if they were getting any scraps off the table or different nice treats and things, because if you're still giving them the nice tasty treats on top of the light food, you won't know, or you won't be giving it a chance to work. So if you did want to give them some treats, there is some light treats that you could buy in our stores that are available. So I have a couple of different options here I'm going to show you. So these ones here, we have our Primera Mini Meaties. So these are rabbit flavour. They're actually only 2% fat, which is great, and they're small little bites for little small dogs or training treats. And as well, you don't want to be giving them something very big either. If you are giving them a lot of treats, you would actually have to watch the amount of food that you're feeding them. So the guidelines of the amount you'll be feeding your pet is on the back of the bag, and it'll be weighed out, measured and weighed out. If they were getting extra, you would have to reduce the amount you're feeding. Another treat that I have is the Primera Pure Meaties. So these are 100% dried chicken meat as well, only 2% fat, which is really good. They're quite natural as well, low in fat, so they're not going to be missing out on their treats. There is loads of different options available. I just brought a couple to show you. But when we are changing our pet's food, or if we're changing them onto another diet, what is important to remember is it's going to be a gradual process. So you don't want to just swap them from one food to the other straight away. So you want to do the process for about a week. If you swap them onto a new food dramatically, it could just cause their tummy a little bit of upset. So we'd always recommend gradually introducing a new food over the space of about 7 to 10 days, just so it's not kind of a shock to the system or it doesn't give their tummy any upset. Then I have 2 wet foods that we have available as well. So this one we have here is our Real Nature brand. So there's lots of different tin sizes. This actually comes in a 200 gram, this is 400 gram, and an 800 gram tin. The guidelines will be here as well on the back. So this flavour is actually chicken and turkey. And then they have another flavour variety, which is beef and veal. So the Real Nature is a really high quality, high in meat brand, which is brilliant, very, very popular. Now, the next question that I get asked a lot is, okay, I'm changing my dog's diet. I'm going to put them on a light food. Next thing, you go home with your bag of nuts, you put them in the bowl, and your dog won't eat them. What are we going to do now? So I've actually had a fussy dog in the past, and he has tested me a few times. So I've picked up a few hints and tricks to try and get him to eat the new food. So what I've found a brilliant one for people, and lots of people have come back to me and said that's worked, is what you would do is you pop the nuts into the bowl, you pop them into the microwave, put them on for 10 seconds or less. The idea isn't to heat up the food, it actually releases the oils in the food and it makes them smell really nice. And dogs are all about their nose, so that's a good trick that I've learned. There is different things that you could do, like you could try adding oils into the food, but when you're doing that with a light diet, you have to be really, really careful because you don't want to be adding in any extra calories that aren't needed. The next thing, I suppose, for your pet, if they're on a light diet, which is a brilliant step, the next thing would be to try and up their exercise. So different things that you could do with your dog. So exercise and play, get them out and about. What I actually have here is a nice toy, so a couple of different suggestions. So this is actually a ball launcher, so you don't actually have to do an awful lot of exercise yourself. But if you have the ball here, so you're holding the handle and you have the ball and you just fling the ball and it actually goes for ages. The idea is the dog goes and chases the ball and brings it back. My dog doesn't bring back the ball to me, so hopefully yours does. So that's a really good one to get lots of hours of fun out of that. So you could do that in your back garden anywhere. Another one I have is a frisbee. Okay, so this is a really nice lightweight frisbee. So this is our Dogs Creek brand. And it's really handy, it's nice and light. You can bring it to the beach with you, you can bring it to the parks with you, and it's just as well something fun to get them a little bit more active. If you were into walking, into jogging yourself, you could bring your pet along with you. Obviously, if your pet hasn't done an awful lot of exercises, they're not able to do as much exercise as they were, don't go taking them a 5k walk. Take it nice and slowly, nice and handy, build it up. So build up their time that they're out. So 10 minutes one day, the next day maybe 20 minutes, and slowly build that up over a period of time. But it's great for yourself as well, because I love getting out for a walk with my dog in the evening when I'm finished work. It just relaxes the mind, and it's great for your pet and it's great for you as well. There's different things that we could do. Actually, I seen somebody do this recently, is they set up an agility course in their garden. So we have sold agility courses in the past, little setups and little kits, but it's something that you could do at home yourself as well. And they said their dog got hours of fun, and even their kids got a bit of fun out of it, which was great. So it's just about upping the exercise, making sure that they're, I suppose, physically and mentally stimulated, and this will help with the light food as well. So that's kind of it with our weight management topic. I'm going to move on then, and we're going to start talking about traveling with our pets. So traveling with our pets is a very popular one this year especially. We haven't been able to go on our foreign holidays for the last year, and we're traveling around Ireland, and we have a beautiful country. So we're staycationing and we're exploring Ireland, which is brilliant. I'll be doing that myself. And I'm actually hoping to take my dog away with me one night. I'm traveling during the summer. So when you're traveling with your pet, obviously there's more things that you need to remember, more things that you need to bring. So like a holiday checklist. So it's always good to have your checklist, and you know exactly then what you need to pack, what you need to have in your luggage, different things that you should need, and different things you need to research. Because if you're staying somewhere and you want to bring your pet with you, you need to make sure that you're staying in a pet-friendly hotel, and there's different facilities, that there's nice walks in the area where you're going, that you can go with your pet. So a checklist that I would have is bring your pet's medicine if they're on any medicine. I would make sure that you have a little first aid kit. So you would have any flea treatments in there, maybe a little bandage in case they got a cut, kind of a sterile dressing, plasters. A handy one as well that I would always bring with me, even if I'm only going out for a day trip, is a tick tweezers or tick pliers. So this only happened to me very recently. I came home from the woods with my dog Willow, and I realised in that evening that she had a tick on her head, and you should have seen us scrambling around the house looking for tweezers. Couldn't find one. So I actually have the tweezers here, and I'm after taking them out of the packet so it's going to be easier to see them. So our tick tweezers in our stores that we sell come in a pack of 2, so there's 2 different sizes. So this is the smaller one that you get, okay? And see the head on it? It would be kind of for a smaller tick. And then you have the bigger one. And you can see the head there. It's a slightly bigger opening if you need a bigger one for a bigger tick. This is something that I will always bring with me now going forward after it happened to me and I didn't have one, because it's that time of the year. If your pet are out in the woods, or if they're in the park, or if they're in tall grass, there's something that they can really easily pick up. So it's a good thing to always have on your checklist. Apart from that, you need to bring food. So food is really important. So I wouldn't be changing up their food if you're going on holidays. I would actually bring the food that they're used to, because the last thing you want is your pet with an upset tummy when you're away. I would be bringing your collar, your harness, lead. I would bring a bed that they're familiar with as well, and toys. If your pet is going to kennels, or if they're going on holidays with you, they're going to be in an environment that they haven't been in before, so it's going to be a little bit strange for them. And I know myself, I actually have a rescue dog and she's quite nervous, so when she goes into new environments, it's always good to have something familiar with her, so it makes her feel at home when she's not at home. So if you bring their bed, it has their smell on it, and it'll more likely have the smell of your home on it as well, so it's going to make them feel a lot more comfortable when you're away. And then different items to bring in your luggage. So if you're traveling abroad, brilliant, I'm jealous, but you will need your pet passport. So your pet passport will have all the vaccination dates on it. It will make sure that your pet is microchipped. It'll have to have their rabies vaccine, their kennel cough. So all the certificates will be listed on your pet passport. It's always good to bring your dog's or your pet's insurance policy with you. God forbid if anything happens when you're away, that you have that with you if you need to contact them. I bring a collar, lead and a muzzle. So if you're traveling, it's always a good thing to bring a muzzle. I know if your dog isn't a restricted breed, you might be thinking, well, why would I need one of those? If you're going on the likes of a train with your pet, you would have to have a muzzle with you. That's just one of the rules. So it's something to have in your luggage for just in case if you decided to go on a day trip, and it would save you then trying to find one when you are away. I bring some water bowls. I would actually make sure there's an address mark on your dog's collar or on their harness, that if they slipped away on you off the lead or anything, that all your information is attached to them. Obviously if they're microchipped as well, I suppose by law they have to be microchipped now, but if they just got away from you for 5 minutes, having that address mark on them is really handy as well. Food, treats, a toothbrush and toothpaste if you require it, a brush, their favourite toy, poo bags. So they're an essential. You always have to have these. We have loads of different variety of these in store. This is just one. This is our Fit and Fun range. So I think I have them everywhere, in every handbag, in every pocket of a coat. There's poo bags. So they're always something that have, whether you're going away for the day or whether you're going away on holidays, it's something that you're always going to need. So they're a good essential. If you were traveling in the car, it's always really important to bring enough water with you. So I'm actually going to show you a couple of things there. They're really, really handy. So bear with me now. So first up here, we actually have, this is a bowl. So you wouldn't think by looking at it, it's really compact, it's really sleek, it's really slim, fits into your bag, really handy, but it's actually a bowl. So you literally pop it down here. It's a silicone bowl. Fill it up with your water, and when you're done, you just pop it back up. Super handy, super lightweight. So this is something really good if you're going away as well. The next thing I have is, it looks like a purse, but it's not. Looks so deceiving. So you open up this zip. It looks like a CD case for all the world. So if you open it up, there's actually two bowls. So one for your food and one for your water. So you pop it up here. Sorry now guys, bear with me. Yeah. So then if you are going away for the day and you don't want to be dragging around your normal ceramic bowls or your stainless steel bowls, this is something that's really compact and really handy to bring with you as well. And then when you're done, you literally, really easy to clean as well. You pop them down and zip them up. and they're clean and they're ready, and pop it back in your bag. As well as that, I have a bottle here. Now I know it's a little bit hard to see, but if I turn it around, if you look down the middle, there's a line straight down the middle here. Okay, so this bottle is actually split into 2 compartments. So one compartment will carry water and the other compartment will carry their food. So it's essential for a day trip when you're going away. If you're going to be hiking or anything, this is really, really good. So one side you fill in your water, open it up, you pour your water into your little travel bowl. And then on the other side is your food compartment where your food comes out. You just open that and your food comes out of this side. This is their dog squeak range as well. So they have a lot of really nice little travel bits. And we have these in all of our stores as well. So pop that over here. Perfect. So as well as that, you could bring loads of different things you could bring. Our tick tweezers is really important. Any ear or eye drops that your pet needs. Any travel sickness tablets if your pet needs them. I think a lot of people as well are going to be camping this year. So camping is brilliant. I love camping. And I think pets like camping as well because you're not in a built up area. You're nice and way out in a lot of the time in the woods, or it's nice and peaceful. So camping is a great holiday option. So lots of large open spaces, opportunities to explore with your pets. Our top tips for camping with your dogs would be preparation. So preparation is key. Choose a destination that suits your pet's needs and your needs. Long car journeys. So if you are going in a car for a long time, I would make sure to stop every 2 to 3 hours at least. Let you get out and give your pet a bit of a chance to get a drink and to have a little bit of exercise, go to the toilet. Because car journeys can be a little bit stressful, and especially if it's warm as well. When choosing your destination, look for somewhere that has lots of walks and lots of paths, somewhere that you can bring your dog and go on adventures with them and enjoy your time when you're away. There's a couple of different things to think of when you're camping. So where is your dog going to sleep? Is it going to sleep in the tent with you? Is it going to sleep outside? I wouldn't recommend it sleeping outside. This year, there's been an awful lot of dog thefts, so we have to be really careful, make sure our pets are safe and they're with us. If they're staying in a tent with you, try to make sure that they have a safe place to go, so like a retreat, so their own area. Just for an example, when I got my puppy last year, I actually got her a crate and she slept in her crate at night time, but apart from that, her crate door was always open during the day. And because she's a little bit nervous, if she ever got spooked or she was unsure, her crate was actually her safe space, and it was like her little safe haven. And if she ever was unsure, she'd go into her crate and she'd know that that's her space and nobody will go near her when she's in there. So if you're camping, to try and have a little retreat or a little bed area to where your dog knows that's their little safe space and that's where they can go if they're a little bit unsure. Then again, I just want to touch for a couple of minutes about cats. So cats as well are great, and some cats don't like change, but others love being out and about, and I've seen cats coming in on leads and collars in our stores, which is amazing. And if you're hoping to travel with your cat this summer, there's a couple of different things that you will need to bring and that you will need to research and remember. So what you need to bring in your cat's luggage. So your checklist for your cat would be your litter tray and your litter, your cat food, same thing with the dog food. I wouldn't change it up, try and keep it to what they're used to. You could bring a cat bed, same thing that they're familiar with. And what we actually have is a nice pheromone product that is very popular. So what we have here is, this is our Feliway Classic. So the pheromone product for cats is called Feliway, and we actually have a dog product as well, very similar. It's called Adaptil. So this is the spray. So what Feliway is, it's a nice calming product. So it's very popularly used for Halloween time, as well if you're moving house, if there's any big change. It releases a pheromone into the environment and actually makes them calm, and it saves you having to medicate them as well. So that's a spray, so it's brilliant. It could be sprayed on their bed, sprayed into the car, sprayed into the hotel room if you're staying in a hotel. It does come in a plug-in form as well, and for the dogs it comes in a collar form, so that's a really nice one that you could bring with you. You could bring your transport box for your cat, but facilities for cats when you're staying away, if it is Airbnb or self-catering, what you need to be looking out for is the environment safe for them? So do they have locks on their windows? If they have a balcony, does it have a safety net that your cat can't jump out from the balcony and hurt themselves? So just different measures that you might need for your cat. Yeah, I think that's more or less covering our two topics today. I've really enjoyed giving you a few little hints and advice, and I hope you've enjoyed your time with me as well. I hope the webinar was helpful. If you would like any more information on the topics that I've covered, you can visit your local store and chat to one of our staff members. They'd be more than happy to advise you on any questions you have. Pets are welcome, so please bring them in if you would like. And our website details and our store locations can be seen in the link below. Everyone have a lovely, lovely evening, and I'll chat to you all soon.